We're going to talk about Too Short, and this is about his almost 30th year in the game. So he's dropped a number of albums, and he's a West Coast rapper, but he's also a little bit different from the Tupac and Dr. Dre style. Now, when you get into the meat of California, most people think of Los Angeles, Compton in some cases, but you don't really hear about every single town in California. And there are different styles. Too Short is from Oakland, and that, it's apparent. Another person he's pretty similar to is E40. So these guys, they make more suave type records, and I don't know, it just feels kind of strange just saying pimpin' records. It feels like you need to say something a little bit more, with physique than that. So that it's just more suave, more concerned with, how well you are able to keep your appearance up. And so this record is evident of that, but it does wear thin. I'm just going to let you know it's not it's not hugely top notch. There's room to improve, but the best records on here do showcase that. Probably it's likely that this is something that could be done if we were just to pay more attention to it, but I'll talk about that as we go along. So the answer is, can you smoke to this? And I'm thinking, yes, you can. Not as much as you would like, but you're going to be able to. Kush Cologne is one. I'm a Stop's another one. Porno Bitch is another one. Money on the Floor. Those are some ones. And, it's got more going on than, so there's just, we'll talk about it. So the production, now that was kind of a problem with this album. It doesn't feel like there's simply the outgoing records as much as there is points with intention. It's difficult to describe, but just making like a record for your car and a record for being out in your backyard and a record for the beach and these sorts of things, it doesn't do that. And so it's more about, like, to describe it perfectly, it's more about your mind state more so than it is the places you're at, which makes this a strange album, but it's still something to pay attention to because a lot of these songs do it. There's one song that I will say that does really sound like a club song or a strip club song, and that's Money on the Floor. I'd say Doubleheader's another one, and those are like some of the few. But I did like Hog Riding somewhat. I mean, I wish the beat could have been a bit, the beat could have been better. Porno Bitch was pretty good. Play It for Life. Those are just a few. So the unheard songs. Now this is kind of the thing with this album. The main thing about it is that, what am I gonna say? It's not as simple as just having the records. So it's got more things that it wants to get off its chest. And when you know that, when you listen to a record like, LMFAO's record, it doesn't feel as if it's, concerned with anything else. But there are some records like I Got Caught and The Magazine and a couple other ones. I'm just trying to think of some of the ones on here. There's just different styles. I mean, really, you can tell the difference between this and a standard rap record, and I think if you're ready for that, it's more something for your intellect more than it is just careless fun. And that's the best thing to describe. When I was listening to this, it felt more like it was trying to get you to think a certain way more so than actually say, hey, let's pop the bottles and forget what happened last night, which, obviously it's evident that Too Short does this, but it's not necessarily music primed to go for that. And I don't want to get you thinking that this is that this is a positive attitude, because it's not. So that's one thing. So, but the records that I did like are Got Her Like, which you may like that one. The hook kind of gets annoying, but it's okay. Play It for Life has the best hook on here. Kush Cologne's pretty good. I'm a Stop, that one's really smooth. Porno Bitch and Money on the Floor. Those are all the ones that have the best. Money on the Floor is a club sounding one. Doubleheader was the almost song. I wish it had a better instrumental on there, but it's still got a good hook and that sort of thing. I think you'll like it. I was trying to think of what else. Yeah, that's about it. There's 6 records plus one almost song. So this is going to get a 3 out of 10. Just because 6 out of 17 is not close to half. And, I'm not going to give it a 4 because there were way too many records. I really did not enjoy a lot of the production. And also, I felt as if it is trying to make me think harder than I was really wanting to. And obviously that, when something does that, it makes you wonder, well, where am I going to play these songs? That's kind of the thing. It has more on its plate than, something that's going to be at a beach party or a backyard party or a park party, that's kind of, but you just have to understand where you're going to do it. If you have ideas for that, then this is raring to go. But yeah, I give this a 3, maybe a 3.5 out of 10. The Future, Too Short, he's working on his next album, so we'll see how that goes. Also, there's this album Social. I'll give it a 4, just because I'm thinking, it's got records on here, but just not enough. So can it be top? Yes. 3.5 for Social.